Yo, what's up, man? I am Jiaani, and I don't know if you know where you at, man, but where I'm at, Media House News. You gotta push up, you gotta pull up strong, man. Big salute to Media House News. We here.
Welcome to Media House Entertainment.
Oh, shoot. You just got shot by Shooter Trav.
Yo, this your boy Shooter Trav, man. We back live and direct with another interview. I got my boy Jiaani on the platform today.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling today, bro?
Man, I'm feeling ecstatic, man. I feel good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good, man. You know what I mean? Like, talk about the positive messages you come with on Instagram, though, man.
For sure.
Like,
Yeah, man. So it just really started in, my mother when I was younger used to tell me, become the man that you would look up to. And that's what I'm doing, you know what I mean? I'm being the person that I would look up to, and I oftentimes I'm communicating with little versions of me, and not little versions in the sense of you're little, in the sense of like I know there's somebody else that feels just like how I feel or felt, you know, and I understand how much a positive message can shift the whole energy of the day. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's really where it started from.
yeah, and is that something you've been putting out on Instagram for a minute? That type of energy, or something you just started?
I think subconsciously I've always been doing it here and there, but I battle with it a little bit because I didn't recognize that it was my purpose for a long time, and I tried to hide it from people, and then eventually it's just, as of recently in the last 4 or 5 months, it's just been something that I'm like, yo, dog, I'm not getting in God's way no more. I'm gonna whatever flows through me is what flows through me, and I'm here to give whatever message that I'm supposed to give.
Yeah,
Right.
okay, that makes sense, man. And let's just take it back to the beginning though. When you got into music, you started off cutting hair though. You was a barber, right?
For sure, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then talk about starting out cutting hair and then getting into music. How did that all come about?
So to be honest, man, it wasn't just cutting hair. You know, I was cutting hair and I was in the streets for a period of time. And you know, just kind of getting into that climate and transition out of that, and seeing just a lot of my friends getting killed left and right, and losing to the federal system and going to prison. It made me feel like, well, it's time for me to take another direction.
Okay.
And so for me, that was a big. I don't want to just push the barber thing because I want people to understand, like I went through a lot of transitions and dark times in the street.
Yeah.
So don't think that you're just sitting here looking at a guy who's just a positive guy, like, you know. So I want to let people understand that you know, it was a tough transition to get out of that situation. I haven't cut hair in 6 years.
Okay.
And so, you know, but nevertheless, we're in my store right now. So transitioning from that and opening up my store, it's been a beautiful thing, man. It's been a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and talk about your store a little bit since we own it. KIC Unlimited, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, talk about it a little bit, man. Got a lot of vintage stuff in here, man. Got a lot of the updated, the Yeezys, the Jordans.
Come on,
talk
man.
about it a little bit.
Stop, man. Vintage tees, sneakers. We in downtown Apex, man. We right on the strip, man. Pull up, man. It's been an amazing thing to open the doors, you know, and just seeing all the dope people that come in here and just creating the energy, man. That's our goal. Wherever we go, I wanna create some type of energy, you know, and give it to people, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even you mentioned that you had to go and sit down a little bit.
Yeah.
How long did you do? Did you have to sit down for?
So the first time I sat down for 3 months, and then the second time it was like a little over 3 months, like around 4.5. So yeah, short periods, but enough for me to really get my mental together, to understand that, you know, it's not what I wanted to be doing, and I'm here for something bigger. When I started preaching inside of the damn jailhouse, that's when I started realizing, like, I'm supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, doing something else, motivating my guys, and, you know, and that's really it, man. Yeah.
And when did you get into the music? Did the music fall after that, or you kind of always been doing
Yeah,
that?
the music was way before that. I started writing that probably like 12, 13 years old. Music became like a defense mechanism, an escape, to be able to things that I would go through, I would write about, and then as I got older, it just kind of became me stepping in more into my purpose of speech and utilizing it to speak, but utilizing it more for the things that I went through, but also to speak positivity. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And when it comes to making music, a lot of times you write down your thoughts. Is it written? You write down your rhymes, or you kind of go off the emotion when you get in the studio?
So I do go off the emotion when I write, but I write. I used to do my phone, but I started just writing in a notepad because I realized the power of writing something down physically. So yeah, I do that, and then I go to the studio with it prepared, just because that's just what I'm used to. Yeah.
Okay. And talk about your you just dropped the album, man, the digital download.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? You got to go to your website to get it.
Memento Mori.
Yeah,
Memento Mori, man. It means that remember that you will die. So don't waste your time while you're out here, man. And you could get it on KICunlimited.com, KICunlimitedlife.com, or go to my Instagram, I am Jiaani, and there's a link tree. Click the link and you can find the Memento Mori album, man. And that just was something that we wanted to do, to be like, yo, man, I went through all these things and there's certain messages that I don't want everyone to hear. So if you want to hear it, you got to come directly to me and purchase it from me. A lot of time, a lot of blood, sweat, tears. My family isn't behind me on this. Like, you know, when you got children and you got a wife and you got a business, and then you're still putting up your own money and your own time and your own energy in it, it's like, man, I need to be paid directly for this, because the stream and the numbers, as we was just watching a video on it, it doesn't make sense. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, and that's what we're building now to move forward with.
And talk about that, like you said, we was talking about that before, but like, say if you got at least 1,000 core people that's purchasing and buying your stuff,
that's all you need.
It way out better than the streaming numbers.
Yeah. You only need 1,000 people, and I say shit. You really only need 100 to begin with. Find 100 people that rock with you. Your man that. You know, you probably know 100 people that's like, yo, every time I drop an album, would y'all mind just supporting it, buying it, and then just promoting it? You know what I mean? They spend their money with Gucci and Fendi, and they don't know none of them. You know what I'm saying? So, but just make sure you're bringing value to the music, to where when people walk away from it, they feel like they got something that was worth paying for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And talk about the meaning of the album, Momento Mori, right? What's the meaning of that?
It means in Latin, that remember that you will die. You know what I'm saying? And just that, I heard somebody say that 5 billionaires think about death. Billionaires think about death at least 5 times a day. And what I took from that is they think about it so they understand the urgency for time, that yo, you're gonna die. So while you're here, take advantage of time. Utilize your time properly to step into your purpose and shine your light and be who you are.
Absolutely, you know what I mean? That goes deep.
Simple, right?
Simple,
you know what I mean?
but like you said, it goes a long way.
Right.
So, man. But let's get into your music videos a little bit, man. I want to talk about that Extra Blessed video that you shot with Jadakiss.
Yeah.
How did that come about? And it was directed by Terrius
McHale. Yeah. Shout out to Terrius, man. That's my dog.
Shout out to Terrius, man. Like, talk about that. And
so
first, talk about how it came together with Jadakiss.
So really, it was through my man Smooth, man. Shout out to Smooth. He made the call, and we got it together like 2 days later, and just got in and got out. Like, it was just so gangster, like how it happened. Told him about me. I guess played him the record. He was like, yo, I rock with this record. I want to get on this one. And then we got it on. And I guess the main thing behind it was, yo, but you got to work the record on your own. And I respected that. You know what I'm saying? So, man, any hustler, he understands, I get the work, and then I go push it out on my own, and that's what I did. And so it was just a great energy, a great time. Shout out to Smooth, shout out to Swift, those guys that put it together, man. And shout out to my man Giant, Jadakiss's people, man, the bartenders that we just were speaking about. Big influence for the record as well. Yeah.
And talk about the music video too. How did that come about?
It was just natural, dog. We went to get something to eat. We went around the city, and just politicking in the studio. This was like a year ago at the time, and it was just natural, dog. And Terrius is the genius that he is, and he shot a movie, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just flowed well.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, how do you guys link up? Did y'all
Terrius?
Cool? Yeah, you and Terrius.
I met Terrius through my man Swift.
Okay.
And me and Terrius just became low-key friends first, and then he shot a lot of videos for me, and some of them didn't even come out, but I look at it like just good repetition. He did a joint with me and Rich Homie Quan a couple years ago. Terrius, he just always delivers. Very simply put, Terrius always delivers. That was the main thing for me. I only want to be the artist. I don't want to have to come in and tell you how to do exactly what I need you to do. Terrius, he does that. He knows exactly what he needs to do on his part.
Yeah, and all you got to do is show up.
That's it.
Much with it.
That's it.
Yeah. And talk about the importance though of content, man. A lot of
Yeah.
a lot of people might get away from that or not really getting into it, but just talk about the importance of
Yeah.
content. You know, or to have a videographer that can shoot your content.
That's
and,
it.
You know, put it out there. Talk about the importance of that.
Man, it's very important because you got to look at it like every day you wake up, you got something to give, you got something to learn, you got something to speak, you got something to... So don't be so worried about how other people... Listen, when I first started doing videos rapping in the car, bro, it was getting like 15 likes, 20 likes. You know what I'm saying? And that increased to, you know, me having 113,000 followers, being able to sell almost 1,000 albums in 2 weeks. It started from Instagram, you know what I mean? So you got to really get out here and don't be afraid to fail in front of people. That's my biggest thing. You weren't... Once you decide to look in the mirror and have a conversation with yourself that you want to be a player on the court, you gotta stop listening to the fans in the stands. That's the problem. You're listening too much to the people around you.
Mm-hmm.
And you got, imagine if LeBron goes to the line and everybody's like, "You suck. You're not this. You're not that." Imagine if he listens, dog. It's gonna throw off the shot. So I just ain't listening no more, dog. I'm locked in on my fans in the stands are my family and they're my supporters. They're my biggest ones. So if I'm listening to anybody, I'm listening to them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not listening to what nobody says bad. And a lot of times when people speak bad and you putting in good work, it really just comes from, a space of how they feel about themselves. So why listen to what somebody else feels about themselves if it's not positive?
If it's not positive,
So drop that content, man. Put that shit out. Somebody needs you too. That's the thing. Is
somebody needs you, yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, cause like you said, whatever you putting out, it's other people that feel that same way.
What if the one video that you don't want to put out because you're afraid people are gonna see you for who you really are is the one that goes and you didn't put it out?
And you didn't put it out.
You missed the shot, dog.
Yeah, and like you was saying earlier, like pull the kid out in yourself, man.
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah,
Right
yeah.
there.
You got to.
You got to do that.
It be right now like we in an era where everybody's too tough. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the too toughness is coming from everybody is low key pussy for real. So it's like they over complicating it, man. You ain't got to do all that, bro. Just be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Being yourself is gangster, bro. Be yourself, man, and don't have fear of being who you are in front of other people. Don't be afraid to be seen. That's the thing. Everybody's afraid to be seen. You're gonna see that I have a vulnerability over here, or I have a vulnerability. Okay, that's fine. You can see all my tricks. You still not gonna beat me. You know what I mean? You see Floyd Mayweather training in the gym, and you gonna see all his moves. You seen his fights 1,000 times. You still not gonna beat him. So that's what, if you put in the proper work on yourself, you don't gotta worry about being seen. Or are they gonna see me for who I am? Or do I gotta hide this version of myself? No, you can't beat me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it's about.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Nah, I feel that. And speaking of putting in work on yourself, man,
yes, sir.
Talk about the Elevated Mindset Club.
Yeah, man. Thank you for bringing that up too. Yeah, it's a mentorship that I do. I needed mentors. I spent a lot of money on mentors, and it was worth it. And I didn't realize like you can't get something for nothing. And I think a lot of people are always thinking that you could get something for nothing. And the game I give you on my Instagram is for free. Take that. God put it on my heart to give certain things out. But if you want the system on how to win, it's a certain way to do it. It's a certain way to get to the point of feeling like this, to accomplish the goals. And to open a business in the first year we did a little less than $1 million in sales, and to open the Mindset Club, and now as an artist selling 1,000 units. And you know what I mean? Like, it's a system to it. It's not just like I'm some special person that just popped up out the sky. Like, anybody can do it, but you got to be conscious that it's a system to it. Just like any good business, there's a system. And you, as a human being, are a business. And your body is your system. So you have to learn how to work your system. And that's what we teach in the Mindset Club, man.
Mm-hmm. And where can they sign up for that too? Is it that on the website?
Yes, sir. So it's also under my link tree on my Instagram, and it's under the KICunlimitedlife.com. Everything is right there, easy to where you could easily find it.
Okay. And what else you got coming out this year? You just dropped the album, though. So you dropping any more music this year? Videos coming?
We still got two more seasons, man. We got fall and winter, so it looks like I got 2 more albums coming. You know what I mean? I want one every season.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that if everything goes in God's plan and according to how it's supposed to go, we dropping more albums, increasing the store. Affecting lives daily, working on the Elevated Mindset Club, and just building myself, building my family, building, just building. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Building.
Yeah. And I mean, how often do you stay in the studio these days, though, man? Is it a few times a week, or is when you can get in there, or when you prepping for an album?
When I'm prepping for an album.
Okay.
I am not even gonna lie and act like I'm in there every day. I'm not. I put more work into my internal on a day-to-day basis, and my physical, my mental, emotional, spiritual, reading, exercising, you know, a lot of just different things. And then I live a little bit. Like after I finish an album, I like to live my life a little bit.
Okay.
So when I go into the next album, I got new experiences to speak about, new things to talk about. So I could just take it up a notch every time. Yep.
Okay. Yeah. And any advice on any of these upcoming artists out here in North Carolina, man? It's like, man, what can I do? Or what do I need to do to like reach a whole nother audience? And we kind of talked on a little bit as far as dropping content. But like, what would be some advice somebody might be like, man, I'm ready to give up. I don't want to do this anymore. It ain't really reaching the people I needed to get it to.
Yeah, great question. I think that first and foremost, it's about defining who you are. You got to really sit. This is when you ask me the question, I got to give the real answer. And the real answer is sit down, define who you are, then define what is it that you want to bring to the world, right? And then you find an audience for that, right? Just like me and Chris Mills was just speaking about how you got Chinese food, you got Japanese food, you got Thai food, you got Mexican food, you got pizza, you got hot dogs, I could keep going. There's millions of different foods, right? And even think about this. Here's a good example. Just with Spanish food, there's like 20, 30 different types of Spanish food. You got Mexican, Dominican, Puerto Rican food. So find what it is that you want to make, and then go find your clientele and just focus on them. That's it. Don't try to get the whole world, and everybody is fickle and different. Find your clientele. But first, you find your clientele by finding you. Find you. You know? And that's how you...
it.
Yeah, it's very simple. We just complicate it because it can't be that simple. It's what we think, right? But that's what it is.
Yeah, what it is. And, man, before we get up out of here, though, anything you want to leave with the people, your fans?
Man. Listen, I lead by... For all my guys in North Carolina, I always do my 3 fingers, and the tattoo is fading, but I'm about to get it done. Esse quam videri, and it means to be rather than to seem. So I want to be it rather than look like it. That's the difference. And I didn't know this at the time, but I'm gonna say this on Media House that it's actually North Carolina's state slogan, Esse quam videri. So we are already bred into we want to be it instead of seem like it. You know what I'm saying? If you look that up, North Carolina's state slogan is Esse quam videri. And so, man, what I want to leave with all y'all, man, is you're powerful. You're much more powerful than you know. And you're not the traumas and the hurt of your parents or the generations before you. Take the good things from them and leave the bad things, and really sit down with yourself and define who it is that you want to be, and then go work and fucking become it, man. Go work and become it. The whole world is in front of you, man.
Yeah.
And that's it, man.
And that's it. Man. And before we do get up out of here, man, if there's somebody that's first time coming across you in this interview, what's a song to put them on? Like
a song to put them on, and obviously they want to probably check out something on streaming. God's So Good. I got a record called God's So Good. He made you, you know, and it's like, don't get like I'm a righteous man, not a religious man. You feel me? So, but it's a good inspirational record that it was me really talking to myself. Funny enough, but you know, just telling people to get out their own way, bro. Look at all the mountains that you move. So why is being optimistic hard to do? Look at everything you got to this point. So why are you doubting yourself now? That's the crazy shit. You still alive and you made it through everything else, and you worried about whatever you going through now. Come on, man. Get out your own way. It's no obstacle. You are the obstacle. If you overcome you, everything else is peaches and cream.
You heard it.
Yeah.
And what's your social media, man? Your Instagram page.
So my Instagram, I just have Instagram and Threads. That's crazy saying that out loud.
Threads.
Yeah, shout out to Threads. And then my website. But it is at I am Jiaani. Jiaani. I am Jiaani, man. And shout out to Media House, man, News for putting me on the platform. I appreciate y'all taking the time to give me some love, man.
Already, man. And you know we're gonna continue keeping up with you or whatever you got going on. You got music videos or whatever, drop them off, man. We'll promote it through Media House News.
For sure, that's love.
Yeah, man. So you know I go by the name of Shooter Trav, Media House News, and we signing out.
Love.